Scene excerpt from Oradour, feature-length screenplay by Vaughn Roste, based on the historical events of Oradour-sur-Glane, June 10th, 1944. Context. The massacre of 642 civilians occurred on June 10th, less than 2 weeks ago. The Nazis surrounded a pastoral village, rounded up the inhabitants under the guise of an identity check, and separated the men from the women and children. The women and children were locked into the stone church. The men were divided into 6 groups, taken to 6 different locations, and then shot simultaneously. Then the Germans set fire to the church, shooting any women or children who tried to escape. Then they systematically looted and burned the entire village. There was a half-hearted attempt by the Germans to cover up their activities, but they couldn't bury all the bodies in time, let alone explain where everyone had gone. Bodies were found lying in the street, thrown down wells, and in one case, burned in an oven. The bishop visited the scene 2 days earlier. The rabbi has only just heard the news. Interior, the Bishop of Limoges office, June 21st, 1944, day. Super, Tuesday, June 21st, 1944, office of the Bishop of Limoges. An ornate carved wooden desk dominates the room. The left wall is covered with bookshelves, which are about 97% full. 2 plush armchairs sit facing the desk, and a picture of Pius XII hangs prominently behind it. Rabbi Yosef Nathan has white hair and many concerns, both of which make him look much older than his 68 years. He's dressed in somewhat worn civilian clothes and walks with a slight hunch, as if the world is literally weighing him down.
Rabbi Nathan, how are you in these trying times?
The bishop, wearing his full clerical dress, has come to his door to greet his old friend warmly. As they move towards the desk, the bishop gestures for the rabbi to take a seat.
Please, call me Yosef, Monseigneur. A rabbi is a teacher, but one cannot teach without students.
Always wise. How are you feeling?
I long for the old days. I always wish I could see you under better circumstances.
I understand. Your health is good?
I am an old man and have the problems that old men do. But I worry more for the health of my family than I worry about my own.
How is your family, Joseph? Everything okay?
My flock is scared. The sheep are scattered and the wolves hunt down the lambs as we speak.
War is a terrible thing, my friend. I myself have seen terrible things. What can I do for you today?
This tragedy in Oradour. You know, there were Jews there.
There was no synagogue, but yes, there could easily have been Jewish refugees among the victims. It was a horrible scene. Absolutely horrible. There are no words.
I read your letter to Pétain and heard your sermon this morning. Thank you for standing up against the deportation of foreign Jews. In times like these, we need all the allies we can get.
You're welcome, my friend. It is our moral duty to stand up in the face of evil.
Then I hope you view it as your moral duty to advocate for all the victims, not just the Catholic ones.
What do you mean?
You protest to the Vichy government when innocent French Catholic civilians are killed. Where is your protest when innocent French Jewish civilians are killed?
My friend, we must each take care of our own flock.
Your pious protest is hypocritical when it only concerns your own.
The bishop sits back in his chair, considering Yosef's words.
In the broader sense, Joseph, does it matter if these civilians were Jews? We are all human beings. The faith of the slaughtered in Oradour did not matter to their executioners.
But it did to the victims. Do you not see? Their faith is what caused them to be refugees and flee to Oradour in the first place. Their identity, precisely that which they were trying to save, has been erased by lumping all of the victims together. You are letting the Nazis succeed.
Joseph, I have on multiple occasions spoken against the barbaric treatment of civilians. What more do you want me to do?
You do not complain when French Jews who have been sent to the camps are killed. You only care when Catholic civilians are killed. Why do you protest when Christians are burned alive in a church, but say nothing when Jewish families are burned alive in a synagogue?
That didn't happen here.
No, but it has happened, and you say nothing. It's okay if Jews burn in Czechoslovakia, but it's not okay if they are French.
I have never said that.
That's absolutely correct. You never said a thing about it, and who says nothing agrees. You protest that your blessed sacrament of Holy Communion is defiled. A sacrilege has been committed against the body of Christ. Well, to hell with your precious ciborium. A woman is literally sacrificed at the altar with her child in her arms, and you're more worried about your precious goblet. Well, God is not in that tabernacle, and He has left it to embrace the woman and child and carry them to heaven.
I do not understand how God can let this happen.
God did not let this happen. We did. You send my people to the concentration camps, and you say nothing. You are complicit in this Nazi savagery. The Nazis commit an Oradour every single day in Europe, and yet you do nothing.
I am but one man, Joseph. God can do so much more. Prayer.
God will not help us. We must help ourselves. There is no God here. God has left us all.
What can I do in the face of so much evil? What can anyone do?
You can do more than most. You can do more than nothing.
Without another word, the rabbi leaves. The bishop stands when the rabbi does, but lets him leave. Once the door is closed, he walks over to look out the window.
War is the true enemy. War makes animals of us all.
Fade out.